I would highly recommend Jim and Pam. Came upon them on the Dave Ramsey website. They are listed with him. Listened to Dave Ramsey and some of his words of wisdom in finances, and used his website to locate them, and as an example of their promptness and attentiveness to their customers, when I pressed the send button on the computer to look for the real estate agent, I think it was 30 seconds later that my phone rang, and it was Jim, which was highly impressive. So, and that's the way it's continued throughout all the transactions with everything. Jim runs around the field and takes care of those things. Pam's at the office. She must have a phone tethered to the side of her head, because and a computer as well, because she is right on it just in moments. So I couldn't be any more impressed. Certainly would recommend them to anyone.
We've used Jim and Pam twice, and we're absolutely ecstatic both times.
Repeat customers.
They were receptive to our ideas. They gave great suggestions. This last time we went to sell the house, and it sold from the time that we listed it to the time we accepted the offer in 4 days. I'd recommend listening to Jim and Pam. They have a lot of experience. They know what to look for in houses, both when you're going to sell it as well as when you're going to buy your house. They have a great understanding of the local market, and they have a great heart to serve. It was a great privilege working with them. It was a great pleasure working with them.
And Jim's out front, but Pam does most of the work. Oh, wait, and that was really cool. Just make sure you say that.
Oh yeah, on the QR code.
As soon as he put the sign out front using the QR code, people were just zapping that right along. So you tell them.
Yeah, Jim recommended a launch, not just a listing. That included Facebook and QR code on the sign out front, as well as getting it into MLS. And it launched on the afternoon of Thursday when we first went to listing, and it just exploded. We had 8 interviews. We had people driving by, pulling in and pointing their cameras and their cell phones out the door, grabbing the QR codes. It was really fun to watch. They were standing right on our sidewalk, looking at the pictures inside our house, standing outside. It was we couldn't have asked for more exposure faster.
Okay, because we had a successful sale the first time with our house, so that's why we came back. So you know, if you do a good job, customers always come back for the second time.
Yes, and I like your ethical standards.
Yep.
I think that's very nice.
Yep.
And that's a big thing for me.
I'd highly recommend anybody.
You would recommend him?
Yeah,
I would too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is my second transaction with Jim and Pam, and the first one went very well, and was impressed by the personability and the professionalism that both Jim and Pam do with every one of the transactions. And having this been my second transaction, that you know the consistency, I can say, is part of their service. They make you feel comfortable. You know, this is one of the largest events that you know. It's a life event for most folks, and they treat it like it's not just another day at the office for them. You know, they give you that service and that the gravity of the transaction that you're going through. They give it the gravitas that it deserves. I interviewed 3 different agents when I went to do the sale of my current transaction, and I chose Jim and Pam again. That I wanted to see what the market would bear, what the differences in marketing, that with the way that the world works now with the MLS, and you know, most of the time if you can get your home on the MLS that you're golden, well, that's almost true, because there are some particular marketing points that go above and beyond those typical take the pictures, write up a good review, put it out on the websites, and being able to produce a video that goes through the house, that was the selling point for me. And between the video and the amount of personal attention that Jim and Pam give, that was the deciding factor for me for this transaction. Jim's the face, and he's the one that came and took all of the information, but what Pam was able to do to put all of the pieces together, you know, it's putting those pieces into a coherent form that then creates not only the brand, but the product. You know, it's really, when you're putting a property on the market like this, it's like you're launching a product, and you're selling a product. And so getting all those pieces is important, but how you organize those and how you distribute those is really where that comes into play. And that's what she did very, very